Hello everyone, I wanted to share with you guys this video of the way that I like to shape, form, or apply oval shaped nails. You can either do it with tips or using nail forms. Right here I'm showing you the brush that I'm going to be using. It's a size 6. The reason I chose a size 6 is because my client's nail bed is very small and I want to pick up very small beads. I'm going to start with putting just a very thin layer of clear acrylic on the natural nail. The reason I did that is because I'm going to be using my acrylic frost, and this acrylic is pigmented, so I don't want to stain the natural nail. Anytime you're going to use any colored acrylic onto the natural nail, I always recommend to put just a thin layer of clear acrylic just so your natural nail won't get stained by the pigment in the acrylic. This acrylic is, I love it. It's a white shimmery, very shimmery. It shines a lot, and like you can see, I'm just forming the nail. I always like to keep the sides very clean. I always try to repeat that in my videos because it just cuts down so much on the filing time. It cuts down on your time overall. So right here I'm going to do it one more time onto the nail form. I put one bead in the center, and with my brush I'm going to pat it down, and always cleaning the sides and giving it that shape, that oval shape. I'm going to put the second bead above it onto the natural nail, a little bit more wet so it can blend in with the natural nail, and the last bead. I put one last bead on the tip just to make it a little bit thicker, but always giving it that oval shape with my brush. As you can see right now, when I put any bead close to the cuticle area, I'm going to slant the finger downwards because we don't want the acrylic to run up into the cuticle area and touch the skin or the cuticle. So it helps if you slant your finger downwards, and always seal it. When I say sealing it, I mean tapping it a little bit with your brush so it can blend into the natural nail. And this is the end result. All I would need to do is just file and buff, and if you want to, add any decoration or do anything over this. I used white just so you guys can see better what I'm doing, but you can do it with clear acrylic or whichever color you want. This is just an idea. I hope you liked it. It's an option. If you don't if you don't like to use tips a lot, this is the way you can do it with nail forms. And if you can, I'm gonna show you also how you can do the oval nail with tips. Okay, what I have here are stiletto tips. You can purchase these anywhere online. I've purchased some of mine on eBay. I've purchased some at my local, nail supply. They're easy to find. If you search for them online, you'll be able to find them, especially eBay. Okay, so what I did is I made sure that it fits the nail. I sized them correctly. I'm gluing it on. This is my favorite nail glue. It's from a brand called Ladybug. You can purchase this resin. It's a resin at SoCalNails.com. It's wonderful. I love it. Okay, now after you've glued all the nail tips with the little scissors, I like to cut the nail. I don't like to use the nail cutter because I just think that with the scissors I can see and I have more control over what I'm cutting, what amount I'm cutting off. So after you cut it with a 100 to 100 grit file, I'm going to give it that oval shape, just filing the sides and rounding off the edges and the tip, and it's that simple. I prefer to file it now. I've been asked, why do you file it before? Why don't you just file it after you put the acrylic on? Well, in my opinion, this is the foundation. This is the base of the whole nail, so I want to leave it as perfect as possible. That way I'm not going to waste any acrylic, and I'm not going to waste any time filing in the end. So right here I've filed all the nails, and now with alcohol 70%, I like to cleanse my nails with a lint-free wipe. And I'm going to dehydrate the nail now. I'm using Entity's dehydrator. If you're going to use the nail forms, you dehydrate and you prime before. You do that all before you apply your nail forms. But since this hand I'm doing it with nail tips, you do this after you glue the tips on. So I'm applying my protein bond, which is my primer of choice, 2 times on the nails, and I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to apply a very thin layer of clear acrylic. And now, honestly, this way is easier. It's a time saver and it's just so much easier. I'm putting 1 bead in the center, brushing it down. I'm putting the second bead over the last bead I placed, brushing it down, blending it with the last bead. Always cleaning the sides. Even if you're doing it with tips or with nail forms, always keep your work very clean. And like I said, when we're going to place any beads on the cuticle area, slant the finger downwards at a 45-degree angle, and it's going to help a lot to seal that cuticle area very well. Like you can see, I'm showing you one more time. I place the first bead in the center, brush down, the second bead right above it. I seal it. When I'm tapping right there, I'm sealing it. Sealing means that I'm blending the acrylic into the natural nail, because if it stays in any way or form lifted, your nail is going to lift. It's not going to last. So with a brush, you have to seal it, patting it gently. Right there, I'm sealing it, the cuticle area, slanting the finger downwards. Then I brush down. I put 1 bead on the tip just to give it a little more thickness there. I'm brushing up. And that last bead onto the cuticle area. Sealing it. And now I'm brushing down. And that's it. Keeping it clean on the sides. And that's it. This is the end result. I hope this video helped you. It's 2 options for you to have and 2 options for you to offer to your clients, and anything is possible. You can do it with nail forms or with tips. You just have to practice, 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 and remember, practice makes perfect, and we can all do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.